This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
This is Finding Texas. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all of our viewers and listeners, and welcome to Finding Texas, which is presented by the INCRadio Texas Satellite Studio. Tonight, I'm your host, Brother Justin Talioga, tuning in here from Austin, Texas. And before we get into our show, let's go ahead and see who else is with us here tonight. First off, here, one of our hosts here on Finding Texas, we have Sister Mayfan. Sister Mayfan, how are you?
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, magandang umaga, magandang tanghali, at magandang gabi. I'm doing fantastic. It's a Friday, of course. We're excited to start the weekend. I guess the weekend has already started. So I'm doing amazing, fantastic. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Mayfan. And now let's go back home here in Austin, Texas, where we have some of our participants here tonight. It looks like we have Sister Savannah. Sister Savannah, how are y'all?
Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sister Savannah.
My name is Sister Gia.
And my name is Sister Michaela.
And we're all here in
Austin,
Texas. So happy to be here.
All right, thank you all so much for being here. And for our viewers and listeners here on Finding Texas, so for our viewers and listeners who don't know what Finding Texas is, what this program is about, what this is an engaging and informative online program where we will take you on exciting travel experiences across the vast and diverse landscapes here in Texas. And here on this first broadcast, we're going to take a small trip here in Austin, Texas, and we're going to show you what there is to find here in Austin, Texas. Okay, so let's go ahead and start, and we'll go ahead and start off our show with, of course, our question of the night, which is, what's something that you like to find in Texas, or what's something that you like that you found in Texas? So please send in your answers in our live YouTube chat, and we'll be sure to read your answers at some point during our show. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off our program before we show our viewers and listeners what exactly there is to find around Texas. So, Sister Mayfan, so you as one of our hosts, how long have you lived in Austin? Have you lived here in Texas for?
Austin? Never.
I corrected myself. I said Texas.
I think it's been like 5 years in Texas. It's kind of... Okay, I'm gonna say a lot of driving. There's a lot of things that Texas has a lot of that you really need to discover, basically. I've been here for 5 years, and I've just started discovering a lot of places that's actually really cute, really nice to go, like on a short vacation, probably. So that's what's surprising when it comes to Texas, I guess, since it's all roads, and sometimes you can't see anything. You're just driving to one point. You're just driving to point A to point B, and you miss out on the stuff that's actually hidden if you take the wrong turn, or you miss out on your exit, which I've done a lot. That's why I found these places. So that's Texas for me. How about you, girly pops? Like, how is Austin?
Okay, who wanted to go first?
We can go first.
Okay, so for me with Texas, I've been here for about 7 years now. Came here in 2018 and was from San Antonio, then came to Houston, and now I'm here in Austin at the University of Austin. And I will say that one thing that I found to really like about Texas was, I guess, wherever you go, you're still in Texas. If you're an hour drive, you're still in Texas. Like there's so much to explore here in Texas, which is what we're going to talk about here on Finding Texas. So make sure to stay tuned in for more episodes like this. And so, and I just really like how there's so much to do here, from hiking, eating, lots of eating, I would say. I really enjoy that. And so, what else do you guys find about Texas that you like?
I've been living in Texas since I was 10. So this is actually my 8th year being in Texas, but my first month in Austin for school. So that's awesome. Before I moved here, I actually lived in the Houston area, which was really nice. So I'm basically going from city to city. But my favorite thing about Texas actually is the food. Like there is a very diverse food culture here, and I think that is what really connects all of Texans because we all got to eat. And so
Yep,
that's what I really love about Texas, and I can't wait to explore more as I keep going.
for sure. What about you, Michaela?
I've been in Texas for 10 years now, I believe. This is my first big city living in Texas. I come from a small town, so coming into Austin is quite different, especially for school. And I really like Texas because of how diverse it is. Even though the stereotype of it's just like cowboys,
Yeah,
and
horses.
horses, it's not true. It's really big, and there's like a lot of stuff you can find here. You can definitely find your interest in where you want to be.
But there's still horses here in California.
There's still
so-
horses.
Yeah,
in
you'll still
California.
see them even on the highway. So yeah, how about you, Brother Justin?
I actually want to hear a little more from y'all because I've lived in Texas all my life, so everything here is pretty much normal to me. But but y'all said that y'all haven't been here in Texas your whole life. Some of you just uh, 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 not all of you were born here. You moved here at a certain point in your life. So I'm just curious. So what were some of the things that actually stood out to you here in Texas?
I feel like there's a lot of things. Um, Off the top of my head, let's see. Do you have anything so far?
There's a lot of land.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Everywhere.
Very
No
flat.
matter where you go.
Yes, very flat. Not a lot of like hills. What else?
For me,
The
since-
driving.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. The driving. It's a necessity.
Yes.
But in
Yes.
other places, you can just take the train, you can just walk, you can just bike. Here, you really need to have a car to survive.
For sure. Yes.
So
Texas.
that's really what stood out to me.
Mhm.
Okay, what was it at Sister Gia?
Oh, for me, since I actually moved from the north, I came from New York. Everyone's very blunt and straightforward there. But moving here, you can actually really feel the southern hospitality. And no matter where you go, if they're a stranger, you really do feel it.
Yeah.
Very welcoming.
I feel like, especially here, even though we've only been here for like less than a month now in Austin, I've been able to make a lot of friends easily.
Mhm.
Like, if you just like, tap someone on the shoulder and like compliment them, you guys can go into like a very deep conversation and then all of a sudden exchange like contacts, and then you'll be like each other's best friends. I feel like that's how we all kind of got closer in a sense. So yeah, what about you, Michaela?
Definitely piggybacking off of like the hospitality and how
Mhm.
like friendly everyone is. Like you can just walk through a crowd and then like wave at random person, they'll probably wave back.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they just wave back. Just
Mhm.
that southern hospitality here.
I feel like that's very like common in Austin, since a lot of the people that live here are
Not from Austin.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're actually just starting their new adulthood, and I think they're also looking for friends too, just like we are.
Mhm. Yeah,
And I
I
think that's
think.
really sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, thank you all so much for sharing that with us. As far as some of the things that stand out to you about some of the things that surprised you here in Texas and even here in Austin, Texas. But I think some of our viewers and listeners want to see a bit more as to what are some of the other things that they could find here in Austin, Texas. Isn't that right, Sister Mayfan?
That is right. So behind the scenes, you guys were talking about how you had your exploration when you got there. Your Kuya Justin took you on a tour. So let's start it off, right? And take a closer look at what there is to find in Austin, Texas. Kuya Tech, when you're ready.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever and whenever you are watching this. Today, we're going to show you what there is to see and do here in the heart of the state. Our first stop, we visited the University of Texas at Austin. Founded in 1883, this ranks among the 40 best universities in the world. At its center is the UT Clock Tower. which is said to be an enduring symbol of the university. At night, the tower is exposed with different colored lighting depending on the occasion, whether it would be the victory of a football game, academic achievements by UT students, and other special events. Next, we climbed the 102 steps where we stood at the top of Mount Bunnell. One of Austin's highest points at 781 feet, we could start an outdoor adventure and witness some of the incredible views the city has to offer. And finally, we visited the Texas State Capitol. Here, there are many parts of the building to see, such as the Senate Chamber, the House of Representatives, and even some of the historical art and portraits the Capitol holds. That just about wraps up our day. Keep tuning in for more segments like these as we hit the road to see what else there is to find around Texas.
That was definitely an adventure. I wish it was longer. I really wish it was longer, and maybe you could have like food suggestions where to eat or
You
get
know,
coffee.
Actually, we ended up eating at a pretty popular taco place here in Austin. I actually, like, before I even moved here to Austin, I would always hear about it. And so I actually introduced it to Brother Justin, who's a native here in
yeah,
Austin.
it was very surprising to me because after we finished sightseeing, it was actually nice sightseeing here in my own city. But after that, we decided to get something to eat, and so I'm listening to suggestions, and then they mentioned this local taco place, and I'm like, what is that? I've never heard of it. Next thing you know, they start to look at me as if I live under a rock.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you just know breakfast tacos. Maybe that's why.
Not just those. I mean, those are my favorite, but uh, but yeah, they start to look at me and talk to me as if I was stuck in a cave for a long time, and I'm like, no, what is that? No, you should try it. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. I'll try it. I like new things. And so, a long story short, we go there. I order what I want, and I'll definitely be going back there. So of course, yes, we did have. I don't know about y'all, but me, I had a lot of fun going around to see some of the general spots to see what there is to find around Austin, Texas. But I want to also hear from y'all. So, what was your favorite part from that day?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Oh, okay,
Okay.
sorry. But my favorite part was Mount Bunnell, actually. I think hiking through that trail actually showed how much there is to do in Austin. Not only is there like a city, but there's so much outdoorsy activities that you can do. It's just a full range of things.
Yeah. What about you, Michaela?
I really liked visiting the Capitol again. I mean, it's a historical landmark, right? I mean, I feel like a lot of us like visit it either during like the school year or whatnot, or like on our own time. But I feel like it's just a good time to like remind ourselves, like, hey, like the Capitol's here. It's like in a really big city, and met a lot of fun people at the Capitol.
Oh yeah, so we ended up going all the way to the top, and then obviously, as you can see from the point of view in the video, like it's very popular for people to like record going up so you can see the high ceiling and the high terrace. And so when we were at the top floor, we just kept waving at them as if,
And don't wave back.
Yeah, don't wave back. Yeah, that's Southern hospitality for sure.
It was
Yeah.
super cool.
Mhm. Then I would say my favorite part, the food. Yeah, I think that's one thing I keep emphasizing. But what's also like really cool is that the local taco shop, it's actually quite near campus, and so since it was game day, we were able to see that everyone was all prepped up for the game day. They actually had it playing on the screen, and so like we definitely felt a lot of school spirit while eating. And yeah, I feel like that's also a really nice thing with Austin. Like everyone's connected, whether it be with college football, food. Everyone here talks about the Texas barbecue for sure. And so yeah, and then not only the state capitol as well, because that's our history, that's the origin of Texas. So yeah.
I'm actually glad that John mentioned that part about the football game that was happening on that day, because initially when we were about to go to our next stop, we just see like these different uh, restaurants and outdoor properties. We just see like these long lines of people dressed in orange and white, and we're like, what's going on here? And are they here for orientation? No, because campus is over there. Why are they? Well, why are they lining up here? So we were driving and walking up like slower to see what's happening, and then we saw, oh, they're watching the football game. I don't know how it is in other states, but it looks like it's a pretty big deal here. And then and that was my first time seeing that. And then I actually want to talk about this isn't exactly my favorite part. It was more like, I guess it is my favorite part because it's also a core memory from that day. So in that video, there was a part of the Capitol where there was like those old-fashioned calculators or typewriters. Was that what those were, Sister Savannah?
Yes, I believe so. Like an old style
Okay.
calculator with how they would calculate the funds of the Capitol, I believe.
But something like that. And so of course, those signs said "Do not touch." So of course, I understood that completely. Do not touch. But there was one that I did not see a sign that said that. Yeah, I didn't see a sign that said "Do not touch." So I'm like, can I press the buttons? Can I touch it? But as I keep going closer and closer, I start to see the sign that was just faded out. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna touch it. I won't touch it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun that day, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing more of those again, more again, um, and again. Okay, and so now that we've saw some of the things that there is to find around Texas, of course we have many different activities that are happening here in the ecclesiastical district of Texas, and we do have a feature here where we will feature one of the activities that have happened here. So to our viewers and listeners, this is our segment, Texas Tonight. Tech whenever you're ready.
This is Texas Tonight. Let's take a look at this update in the District of Texas. Before the start of the new school year, the CWOS, or Children's Worship Service, and their families had the opportunity to have their Sea Life Appreciation activity. In this activity, brethren in Austin, Texas gathered at the Austin Aquarium to enjoy its many attractions. The Austin Aquarium has animal interactions, hands-on nature exhibits, education programs, and recreation activities for adults, families, and children of all ages to increase learning opportunities about the ocean and appreciation of the natural environment. This activity was not only educational for the brethren, but also strengthened the bonds of the brethren and all the more love for the brotherhood. For Texas Tonight, this is Raniela Pangilinan. And don't forget to subscribe to our INCRadio YouTube channel.
And something that looked like it was fun. So how was it, Brother Justin? How was the activity?
It was actually really fun. In fact, I think that was the first time I've been to an aquarium, um, like the first time in several years, and I wasn't expecting to see a bunch of land animals there as well. And then one thing I really liked is that there are a lot of interactive exhibits over there too. So it's like I feel like today we took two trips in one. Like yeah, like there are a lot of interactive exhibits. Of course, in that video, of course, you could touch the stingrays, touch the fish. But what I wasn't expecting was that you were that you could have permission to go inside one of the cages, and the birds just fly all around you. They'll even land on you, and then some of uh, the aquarium keepers. Is that what you call them? Aquarium keepers or the experts? I'll call them experts. The experts over there. They'll have food, and so they'll give you food, and then the birds will eat out of your hand. It was just one of the more interactive places that I really liked. Have you ever been to an exhibit over there, Sister Mayfan?
Uh, no. I would say no, but I have been to a lot of museums since Houston is known for a lot of museums. We do have a museum district here that maybe, just maybe, Houston will cover on their travelogue. So that's already like a snippet right there. Promo. So stay tuned for Houston because they may be featuring that museum district. Yeah, so as far as I know, Houston is just really big on a lot of museums, like a lot of type of museums, from interactive to just paintings to all kinds of stuff. They are big on that. But I have never been to the Houston Zoo and to the aquarium. So maybe one of these days I might go. So yeah, that's one thing for me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Sister Mayfan. Now at this part of our show, let's go ahead and see who's been tuning in with us so far here on our program. Looks like we have Judith Severo, who says, "Good evening, Brother Chody and Sister Mylene. Happy viewing from Houston." And it looks like we also have Lauren De Mesa, who says, "Hello po Karik and Kamarikar. Happy early birthday, Kamarikar. Happy birthday." And looks like we also have let's see who else we have here. Looks like we have our district CF overseer, Brother Matt Cautalent. He says he likes the view going up to the county line, and he's tuning in from Houston, Texas. And we also have, let's see who else we have here. Looks like we have Catherine Racoma, who says happy birthday to Sister Beth Talents. Happy birthday. And looks like we also have let's see who else we have here tuning in with us. Looks like we have Liz McDonald, who's answering one of our questions of the day, and she says she likes to find Gorman Falls at Colorado Bend State Park at Wichita, Texas, and she's tuning in from the local of Sugarland. And looks like we also have Leona Ayas, who says shout out both to the resident ministerial worker, Brother Mark De Los Reyes. And looks like we have our very own brother Mario Oka, who's tuning in from the Philippines. He says, "Good day here in the Philippines, watching here on INC Radio. Greetings from local of Brixtonville, district of Caloocan North." And lastly, it looks like we have Jerry Sim tuning in from Humboldt, Texas, and Desha Fernandez tuning in from here in Austin, Texas. So thank you so much to our viewers and listeners who have tuned in with us here on this pilot broadcast of Finding Texas. Sister Van, looks like you had something to say. I'm sorry.
Oh no, Brother Justin. Well, I think I did have something to say. Oh, it was about the Houston Zoo that Sister Mayfan was talking about. So fun fact, at the aquarium, correction, there's a tiger at the aquarium, which is very interesting. Yeah. So that's one fun fact about the Houston Aquarium. So in case you want to feature that as well, we might be. So yeah, be on the lookout for that.
Well, hopefully we'll see that next week. Once we take a trip over there next week, over there in Houston, Texas. So thank you so much, Sister Savannah, for mentioning that. And once again, to our viewers and listeners, thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight here on Finding Texas. But before we wrap up, we want to first thank, of course, our multimedia advisor, Brother Mark Angelo De Los Reyes, our district CFO overseer, Brother Matt Call Talent, our assistant district minister, Brother Chody Sampson, our district supervising minister, Brother Noel Caritativo, our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Endaya, our station manager, Brother Wale Taray, our deputy executive minister, Brother Angelo Arano V. Manalo, and of course, we can never forget to thank our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you so much for all your support in these programs, Bo. And for our viewers and listeners, once again, please don't forget to tune in to Finding Texas, which is every Friday at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time, or every Friday at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to our INC Radio YouTube channel. That's INC Radio DZEM 954. And that's all the time we have for tonight. We'll see you next time.